So to-do list for tomorrow. Chrissy's got to unload all the flooring off the truck. And we need to...
Okay, well then you're pulling up all the staples and tack stripping upstairs.
I can't, I'm going to the doctor.
Oh, where are you? Are you actually going to go to the doctor?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I'm
That's what I thought.
I'm gonna see if your mom will write me a note. She's a nurse. Her recommendation was take it easy for 6 weeks.
She didn't say 6 weeks.
She did. She said it took her
not.
6 weeks to recover from when she broke her
had
ribs.
several broken ribs and a broken clavicle.
And she was younger than me then.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if my ribs are broken or not, but they're definitely. It's just one. It's very sore right here.
No, that one right
sore.
there.
Oh, don't do that. It's not even funny. Like, it hurts to laugh. It hurts to breathe. It hurts to cough.
Now you know how I felt that one a couple weeks ago.
It doesn't feel good. That wasn't from a rib injury. That was from
No, but I
actual
still
sickness.
couldn't. It hurt to breathe, and
It wasn't Rona.
No, I had a pleurisy. It's like a lung inflammation. It's very painful.
On a serious note, we have to wrap the bales with the cattle panels tomorrow, and we need to throw some troughs up so we can give them grain. Yeah.
Yep. Let's go ahead and his nose. She's got a nose.
Think she can smell it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Bah!
So what do you want? We're here.
They don't talk to me no more. That's not cool. Bah!
There's always one.
It only takes one. Bah! Bah!
Bah!
I'll go down here. Let's go to somebody I know.
They like me more.
Where's Chugger?
Oh,
There's Chugger.
That's,
There's Betty. There's Chugger.
Did you really call out on Chugger? Because Chugger's over here.
So this is Nibbles.
Nibbles.
Dang it.
You gotta look at the ear.
Yeah, I see that now. These two are like twins.
But one has a darker ear
Yeah.
than the other.
It's a lot of fur you guys got. You got a black spot on your nose too. Did you know that?
Soon we gotta talk about it.
Anybody you want to say hi to? No. You? No. Anybody you want to say hi to? You guys are all quiet. Betty?
Tired.
You want,
She's sleeping right now.
you want to talk to anybody? Don't chew on it. If you can't guess, she's called Betty because Black Betty.
Damn.
It's Bam Balam.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh my goodness. Ruined it. And you're the one that started calling her Black Betty. Bam Balam is
I was just doing the tune. I wasn't saying the words.
Bam Balam is her middle name.
No, it's not.
Her first name's Black?
Yep.
Betty?
Yeah.
No. Is that thing full yet?
Probably.
Oh, shoot.
Go get it.
You guys missed a heck of a show. I accidentally stopped it. Hey, just slow down there. You're going to tip it.
Knock it over.
By the way, these are mineral licks, or mineral lick tubs. We got them from a friend of ours, Tom. They have cattle and they buy a bunch of these obviously throughout the year, feeding to their cows. So we bought just the tubs from them. Anyways, we bought 16 of them, I think. I bought some extras because it happens they get broke. Way cheaper than buying a trough from like Orscheln or anything like that, or even online. And the capacity is right at 25 gallons, so it's just perfect. It gives everybody 2.5 gallons. Like if we left it alone for a day, it gives everybody 2.5 gallons.
No.
Don't hide behind me, you're in trouble. She said, yeah, you heard it. But gets to getting. So about a week ago, or 2 weeks ago, something like that, not long ago, we put up a video about the bedding choice for our pens. And at the time, we didn't have this right here, which is called a fine tine rake. This fine tine rake allows us to pick up the feces or the droppings from the animals and still leave the sawdust. So I just wanted to show it so you guys can see exactly what we're talking about. So for instance, if I go through here, right, and I scoop up, I can go like this, and I can actually completely sift out everything that's not feces, and then everything that's left in the fine tine rake is essentially stuff that we don't want in here. So we'll take that and we'll put it in the wheelbarrow. Yeah. Oh, shoot. Oh, it's loaded. Ah, man. I'm going to show you kind of what we're doing, right? So in this barn, this livestock barn, this is where the lambs and the sheep, the moms, will live for about 3 months. They come in here December, well, they actually came in here December 18th, and they will leave out of here on roughly early March to mid-March, when grass basically starts growing again. These guys live in here only during the time when something is a need for it. So like lambing would be a need for it. I'll get to that in a little bit. And then the other need for it would be that there's no grass feeding them, so we're feeding hay, and at this point it's easier to keep the hay in here and keep it dry, and it stays better longer, and it also will minimize waste of our hay. So with the minimizing waste, obviously that saves us hay, and long term it saves us money because the hay that we don't need we could sell. But the other thing that it does is, being inside in a controlled environment, it really helps us with the lambing. The biggest problems we had last year was lambs simply, they'd be in another paddock, right? And let's say the gate is right here. Well, they'd be 5 feet this way, just ramming into the fence, trying to get to mom, who's on the other side of the fence, instead of taking, coming back 5 feet, going through the gate, and then going over to mom. So needless to say, that can kill them in the aspect that if they don't get fed in a certain amount of time, just like us, your organs will start to shut down to try to conserve energy and stuff like that. Survival mode, right? Well, if your legs or something like that stop working, you're not going to get up to go get fed. Also, if your body temp falls, it's a done deal for lambs. They don't really come back from that unless a human intervenes to warm them up from hypothermia. That was probably our biggest problem. So then we said, hey, what we need to do, we're just going to make it to where they can only be in the barnyard and lambing paddock 1 and lambing paddock 2. So this should help a lot, tremendously, honestly, because the weather is out of it, the paddocks being muddy is out of it, the wet hay is out of it, them using the hay as a bathroom is out of it. Pretty much everything is out of it. And it makes it to where now our biggest challenge is coming out here, filling up this water.
Maybe breaking ice.
I don't think we'll have to break ice because it's already a lot warmer in here. I don't think we will. Comment down below what you guys think. So there's, oh my goodness.
Team Chrissy, Team Travis.
Yep, so Team Chrissy thinks that...
We will be breaking ice at some point.
Yeah, maybe if it gets like down to 0 degrees, but I don't think it, if it's normal temperatures of the teens overnight, I don't think it will. Did that freeze when it got cold?
Yep.
Okay, but there also wasn't as much body heat in here. I don't know, we'll see. I don't think it'll freeze with all this.
Time switch.
Yep. I don't think it'll freeze because you have all this body heat in here now. The barn On days like this, when it's going to be cold and windy, we'll keep the doors shut down here, and this door down here will all be shut. But when like next week, it's supposed to be in the upper 50s and low 60s. It's a heat wave for Christmas, apparently. We'll actually open all these doors up and let some air flow through here and let them get some fresh air in them. The purpose of putting the cattle panels around this so that they can't just go and lay in it. They can't just go and lay in it and ruin it.
Make a mess of it.
Yeah, they're gonna eat it instead of doing that. They've got all this pine shavings and everything for bedding. These are all the things that this will help dramatically with. Now, the headache from it is going to be cleaning it, because we're not sure what we're going to do yet.
And
We
then
think we're going to try
mowing it.
just taking all the pine shavings and sifting them and getting the feces and stuff out of them. But if we get too lazy to do that, the other method is basically
Deep
compounding
layering it.
or deep layering. Essentially, you come in there and you just keep adding sawdust and pine shavings to it. I think either one is going to
Just
be
makes
okay.
for a one big cleanup in the end.
Yeah, so then basically next year, technically. This coming spring, we would take all the pens down, and then we'd use the little tractor and just come in here and scoop it all up and throw it into the politician down there in the corner. Well, not in the corner, next to the grain wagon, next to the gravity wagon. We throw it in the politician and go spread political promises on the hayfield. Yeah. That's pretty much it,
They
though.
look like they're really listening to this bedtime story.
I mean, they're very interested. Look at them. If you're new around here like this guy, don't forget to like and subscribe. And comment if you have any questions. He's new. He's got questions. He's not afraid to ask. You shouldn't be either. Biggest thing was we were originally going to do 2x4 troughs, and we ended up doing PVC. That one I messed up the cut, so it's too small. But this is how the rest of them look. Basically, it's 4-inch PVC that's cut in half. Mounted on there, it works pretty well. We'll keep their grain in there. We'll keep a little bit of mineral in there for them, and they'll always have the mineral accessible. But grains daily. And then the other thing is, I'm not gonna name any names, boys. Some of them got a little rowdy, and whenever I came in, apparently they were all over here in this corner, and I startled them night before last, and they all just pushed right through, and they were able to pull almost all the staples out of there. So anyways, we put a couple of supports in there for now. These guys they've been hanging over by this fence because they're trying to breed these ewes, but the ewes are already bred, so I don't know what their deal is, but they're very interested in them. So we put a stop to it. But otherwise, pens are going pretty well. Last night, these two were born, healthy twins. Mama's being real good with them. Unfortunately, we do have a few that are a wool breed mix. That's why you can see that she's so fluffy compared to the rest. They are very hard to tell as far as pregnancy goes, and they're also very hard to tell as far as if they have a bag or not. Yeah, we're talking about you, Mama. But you're a good Mama. So,
Boy, and what's the other one?
I didn't look.
The one eating the boy, I could tell.
I'll get in there and check. I was actually gonna put the cattle panels on last night, but since they were born, I didn't want to disturb anybody in the barn, so I just left it. So we have 3 bales that are in real rough shape as far as trying to put anything around them. So Chrissy and I are going to use them as an experiment. Talking here. We're going to use them as an experiment to show you basically what's gonna happen. So the bales that are wrapped, right? So these guys were really good with their bale and didn't make a mess or anything. They were just awesome. Unfortunately, most animals aren't like that. So this one was really easy to wrap. Essentially, this is what one would look like if we wrapped it from the beginning, and they'd just be eating their way around. These all got wrapped too. But this one was real hard to wrap, and it's wrapped but not very well. That one was really hard to wrap, and it's wrapped just not very well. But these, so this one, and this one are just beyond wrappable. They're a mess, and they're gonna be a mess. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna compare how long until we have to replace the non-wrapped bales compared to the bales that are wrapped. The point of wrapping them is to minimize waste, and it also keeps the animals, so see how like she's stepping up on it? And before you know it, the lower it gets, they'll be on the very top. If you wrap the bale, it makes it where they can't do that. So if you're thinking about doing it, it's just some cattle panels, and these are actually the same cattle panels we use as our gates for our paddocks. So all we do is in the wintertime, we just take them, bring them in here, and then come springtime, we take them back out.
But it could have just, some of it came out too.
Yeah. Some of it started to drift down our lips.
This poor little girl got rejected by mommy. So this is actually a prime example though of why the barn is so important, because it was a high of 21 degrees today, and had this girl been outside not being fed by mommy for that, so we were gone. We actually went to visit family yesterday morning, so it's been a full day since we've seen these guys. And her being outside in the cold last night was about, I think it was 10 with the wind chill. So between last night's cold temperatures and wind, and then today's is just high winds and cool temperatures, she would not have made it. So this is why these barns, especially for smaller animals like these, it doesn't take long. I mean, basically the way we check to see if she's cold is I take my fingers and put them in her mouth. Right now they're pretty warm because she's just got fed a bottle by Chrissy and Cheyenne after Gage rushed her into the emergency room in here.
Emergency room.
She's a lot warmer.
Spots. She got a lot of spots.
Well, I had her sit over the heater with her.
I really likes her.
She sounds a lot better. She let out a big bah shortly after she got some milk in her. So.
I had a tuber.
Bah.
She's not wanting to drink. She didn't have enough energy to drink from the bottle.
No, she was hypothermic. She was
We
really
always
shutting
try
down.
the bottle first in case they will drink it. We use tubing as a last resort.
Yeah.
It's really hard to feed her when you're holding her.
Let mommy hold her and get her used to it. Once she's used to the bottle, it'll be easier. Right now she's used to mommy.
If she doesn't get distracted easily, and she's used to the bottle more, then maybe she'll just stand there and let us feed for her, let her feed. Big mommy.
She looks lounged now.
So good.
She looks like she's trying to drink it.
I'm in a chair.
This is how they're gonna sleep tonight. Gage gonna sleep right there after he gets done reading on his book. What a bookworm. So we'll see how things go. We'll update you in the morning. It's Christmas morning. Let's go see if we have any new babies. The bottle baby survived. Get exercise too. Ooh, I bet you they're glad they're in a barn. That wind is rough.
If you like our video, press the like button. And you can even share it with your friends. And if you have any questions, comment down below. And if you like the channel, subscribe to the channel. Finally!